A week and a half ago, actress Angelina Jolie announced that she had had a double mastectomy, even though she does not have cancer. Since then, Providence Medford Medical Center's breast center has had 3 to 4 times as many calls about getting that same genetic testing that Jolie had before making her decision. In a Newswatch 12 exclusive, Danielle Craig introduces us to a woman faced with making her own choice.
It's a decision making headlines. Angelina Jolie undergoing a double mastectomy even though she does not have cancer. Although she doesn't have the disease, she does have a gene, giving her an 87% chance of getting it.
I understand her decision. I think it's bold and brave.
It's a choice not confined to Hollywood.
Have you made decisions?
Nikki Peltz is now faced with making her own decision.
An increased risk of not only breast cancer, but ovarian cancer, and then also melanoma and pancreatic cancers.
That's what Nikki's looking at. She underwent genetic testing after her mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She came up positive for the BRCA2 mutation.
You saw me at the beginning. I was not together about it, and that's okay.
Before undergoing testing, Nikki sat down with Providence Medford Medical Center's oncology nurse navigator for a free cancer risk assessment. Part of that assessment involves understanding the realities of a possible positive.
If you test positive for a BRCA1 or 2 mutation, then suddenly you're faced with a bank of information that you have to shuffle through and decide what's going to work for you with your life.
Nikki is making that personal decision to undergo a double mastectomy when the time is right. A decision partially based on her own experience as a clinical nurse in the hospital.
People think about losing their hair, think about being sick, think about dying, and I've seen people go through it and be completely fine. But then I've also seen other women be very ill, be very depressed. And no, I don't want to ever have to go through chemotherapy.
She's also taking into account lifelong testing, mammograms, MRIs, ultrasounds, blood tests, and skin tests.
Can you live your life every 6 months, every year, doing these screenings and sort of living every 6 months, waiting for your screening, waiting for the results?
Nikki is taking her future into her own hands.
I mean, it's a very empowering thing. It's a great thing, but it's also very scary because we're going to be able to prevent cancer based on the decisions you make. But having to make those decisions is something nobody really wants to do.
These are decisions happening outside of the public eye.
This isn't just a scripted thing. This is real life.
Real decisions being made to make sure real life is longer. In Medford, Danielle Craig, Newswatch 12.
She's also planning to remove her ovaries in a few years. Providence Medford Medical Center says only about 5 to 10% of breast cancer patients have the BRCA1 or 2 gene mutation. You can contact the hospital for a free risk assessment, and many insurance companies will then cover the cost of genetic testing as long as you meet the list of risk requirements.